What's up guys, it's Oyisa here and we're back for another video. So in this video, I'm going to be breaking down how much my two best-selling vending machines made in the past month, meaning the month of August. The reason why I'm doing this video is because when you have more vending machines, you stop tracking, or you still track how much you make in total for the business, but it's very important to understand and know how each individual vending machine is doing. So I'm going to show you guys how I calculate that based on how much stock I put into the vending machine, what stock I put into the vending machine, and how much stock sells in the vending machine. And then I reference the cost of goods sold being the cost per unit of each product. And then I look at the selling price of the product. So the selling price minus the cost of selling the product, or the cost price per unit, is basically how you get profit for each product that you sell. So I'm gonna have to show you guys on my screen, my PC screen, so that you get an understanding of what I'm talking about exactly. And then I'll also actually leave a download of the specific spreadsheet that I use to track the sales of each machine, but also in that specific spreadsheet, I'll also leave a tab to see how you actually manage and track the total income that you make, the total expenses that you pay, and I'll basically show you the total income of the past month and all the expenses that I had to pay for the vending machine in the past month.
What's up guys? So as you can see here, I've got the spreadsheet which I use to track my sales and the income for a specific vending machine. In this one, this is a hotel vending machine. You see we've got all the products there that I'm selling in that vending machine. And then at the heading at the top, you'll see stock loaded. This is the total stock that I loaded in the vending machine for the month for each product. And then the stock sold is the total amount of product that I have sold from the vending machine. And how that is calculated is that each week that I go stock up the vending machine, I keep on adding to the stock loaded for that specific product. And then at the end of the month, what I do is I look at what's left over, and then I do a subtraction to see how much was actually sold. And then over here, you see the total sales being how many were sold times the sales price per unit. And then going on from there, you'll see the cost of goods sold, meaning the total cost of having the product sold is the same in that I look at how much was sold, multiply by the cost price per unit, and then at the end, I'll get the profit for all the product that was sold. And then you will see the profit margin. I recently added that to see and ensure that I'm still getting a good profit margin on each product. I do ideally would want to have a profit margin of 50%, but anything between 30 and above is also good profit margin. So yeah, and then at the end, you will see the total sales amounted to the 7,000, 8,000, and then the total cost of sales was 4.8 to give us 2.8 in profit for this specific machine. And that's a 37% profit margin for the month. So that's how I basically calculate it. It's how it works also for my other vending machine. So for this one, you'll see I made 2.8 for the specific vending machine. Ideally, I'd want to target between 2 and 3,000 at least, 2 to 4,000 at least in terms of profit. You see for this machine, the concept is literally the same. And then at the end, I made 8.7 thousand, and you'll see the total cost of the sales around 5.4, and that gives us a profit of 3.2, which is also around the same amount of 37% in profit. And then how I get an idea if it's accurate is I look at the total income made for the business. And in doing that, I will see how much was made, which would be this 15,000 or 16,000 that you would see here, and then minus what I had paid in terms of expenses, being the stock, being the maintenance, being the service fee or license fee that I pay to NAICS or to the distributor of the NAICS card reader. And that gives me a profit of 5,000 Rand in total. And if you look at what I made, for each machine, I made 3.2 for the one and I made 2.8 for the other. That's around 6,000. And then if you minus the other expenses, such as the license fee and the maintenance, so we get around 700 down, which gives us 5.3 or 5.4. Yeah, around 5.3. And then when you take away, let's say, the change that goes back into the vending machines, obviously the machine is programmed or specified to actually take the change that is required before it spits out what the income will be. So there will be a variance in the total income. It won't be that much. It'll be 200, between 200 and 300. And that's basically how much change ended up staying in the machine to ensure that the machine maintains its a good level of change to pay people out when they need their change. So yeah, and that's why it makes sense that for the total income of the month, I made 5,000 in profit. And this is basically how I calculate my income. And with the 5,000, that's around 30% profit for my business. And if we're looking at 2 vending machines, we're looking at 2.5 per machine. And yeah, so I hope you guys found value in this. And this is how you basically calculate how much you made. And this is how much I made in the past month in my business with 2 machines. I don't only have 2 machines, but I wanted to really track these 2 machines to ensure that the amount of effort I'm putting in them, I'm getting as much out as I'd like. I want to make at least 3,000 per machine, which is always the goal, but there's always a variance based on season, based on products in the machine, based on how busy the people are, maybe if they don't have money, etc. But there's a lot of variables. There can also be the fact that prices have increased, so I would need to increase my prices, which I probably hadn't at the time. So the profit is a lot less than it should be, or less than usually is. So yeah, and if you're interested in a spreadsheet, I'll try and see if I can put a downloadable link below, or you can email me. I'll leave my email and then I can send it to you.
So a comment that was left in my previous video is, how do I know which products to place in a location and what trends I have seen based on the products I place in a vending machine in different locations? So what I have experienced is that in places like factories, offices, basically a location that has a lot of manual labor and people working very hard, they do want energy drinks, they want their sweets, and they want things that will give them a boost in energy. And then you focus mainly on ensuring those things are kept, but then you mix it up with the most common products that we all know, such as Coca-Cola, such as basically soda drinks or cool drinks that are fizzy drinks. And then you just have a mixed variety of sweets, Maynards, being soft eating gums or jelly beans or jelly babies. Those are mostly the common things that you will need to put in those type of locations. And then locations where you have different amount of people going in and out of that location, it becomes very difficult because, for example, a hotel, you have a certain set of people that go in there. You have kids, you have adults, you have average middle-aged people or youth in going in and out of the hotel. So the products will not be the same in there. The products in there will need to be more variety, because you will even have international people going there that are expecting certain type of products in there. And yeah, if a location basically has an area where they don't have clean water or fountain water, it'll be important to add water in the vending machine so that they have access to water and will actually buy more often water than if you go to a factory where they have fountain water, where they have water that is being filtered for them so that they are able to have clean water to drink. So it wouldn't be viable in locations like that. So before you place products in a location, it is important that you have an idea of the market. The market being, how much do they really pay if they were to go to another shop for certain products? For example, at the factory where this one vending machine is in, I sell the score for 13 Rand, when in the hotel in a more urban area, I would say, or less manufacturing type of area, I sell the score for 15 Rand. And that is literally based on the market, in that the convenience stores nearby that specific location sell their scores for 15 Rand, while in that other location, they sell them for 11, 12 Rand, and they don't really get to 13 Rand. I added 1 Rand based on the fact that I'm providing more convenience as it's within the working area. So just that simple example, it is important to do your market research. Go to the shops after you put products in your machine, or before you put products in your machine, or before you put products in your machine, so that you get an idea of how to price your products so that you are competitive in the market. And that's how you literally ensure that you get sales, because a person will not complain about paying an extra 1 Rand or 2 Rand or even 3 Rand for a product, based on the fact that it is more convenient, it's at their doorstep. But once you start adding 4, 5 Rand, 6 Rand, then you're basically taking people away. And one thing, one of my clients had said to me that it's better to sell more of a product at 30% than to sell less product for 40 or 50%, because at the end of the day, it's all about making sales and making volumes in sales. That's how you make more money in general. So just look at that as an example. There's many examples I could use, but base a lot of what you put into the machine on what people in that area would pay for the product. And then you keep playing around, and never be afraid of putting more of what people like, because you're afraid of not having variety, but rather have more of what people actually like than having less of something people buy once every week or once every 2 weeks. That's how you ensure you are making sales. What are the ways to find out what people like to buy? There are common products. I will name one for each type of category. So in chips, I know Doritos sell well. Knickknacks also sell well. And then Simba chips, it could be either the new smoked beef, or the new steakhouse beef, or smoked beef, or even cheesy. But those things you can play around with. But the main ones I know is Doritos and Knickknacks. They sell pretty well. And then the drinks, Coca-Cola, of course, and water, depending on that type of location. If they don't have access to clean water, add water bottles, and like Titicaca water. And then you can have a variety of drinks like Fanta, Sprite, but the main one is Coke. And then in sweets, what I have found is that put 3 to 4 varieties of Maynards, see which one sells the most, but then ensure that the other 3 still sell. You've got to still have a variety when it comes to sweets, but the Maynards ones being the soft eating gums, being the fruit jubes, I think, and then jelly beans and jelly babies. Those are the common ones I put in there. And then the other 4 would be probably chocolates, like a Kit Kat fingers, some Tex, bar ones, even top deck, like a Cadbury slab or slab chocolate. And wine gums are also pretty popular actually in the Maynards. I forgot to mention that. And yeah, I hope I gave you an idea of ones to start with. They're the common ones that we see before we exit a store at any convenience store or any market or grocery store. So those are the common products that you start with. Another way to find out before you put a product in is ask the client. One thing that I have done is literally put a sheet on the paper, a piece of paper on the vending machine to say, what products would you like to see in the vending machine? And then I got a couple examples, and since I did that, I've started to get an idea of what products people want to see in that specific vending machine. And what I have realized is that I use my experience of a more higher market or upper market of people and put it there, when in actual fact, I should be catering my products to that specific market. That's literally how you ensure you make sales in the vending machine business. And it is important that you start adapting and looking for machines that are card reader compatible, because the world is moving more to a cashless environment, cashless economy. So find out if your vending machine has a cashless payment system before you get it. And as you know me, the common machines that I use are Ascoli and Palmer's HZ87. I want to diverse more, get in more in combination machines, maybe look for suppliers that are able to supply me with those type of machines and be able to provide a more cost-effective machine for people in South Africa. But that's long-term thinking. But yeah, how to find that it will be card reader compatible? It must have an MDB or DEX set up in the cabling and in the programming so that it can accept the cashless payment system. I'll provide more information on what that looks like so that you have an idea before you buy a vending machine. But yeah, I hope you found value in this video. Please like and subscribe and leave a comment of what you think or what you would like to know about the vending machine business. And if you want to start your own vending machine business, I do have a free checklist that you can download. You can get it from the link in the description. You get it for free. It gives you an idea, a background of the costs involved, the best locations to place your vending machines, all the things that you need to consider to ensure that you provide a 5-star service for your clients and know what type of locations that you should be approaching to ensure that you make good sales and also you get a good return on investment for your vending machine. Please like and subscribe and follow. And until the next one, I'm out.